Today, we will get a new look at the damage caused to the CDC headquarters 2 weeks ago after a gunman opened fire on several of the buildings.
11 Alive, Stephanie Chaynock is joining us live this morning from CDC headquarters right at the Royal campus. So, Steph, what's expected on this tour today?
Yeah, so today, Jonathan and Aisha, director of the CDC, Dr. Susan Manera, she's going to be here at Royal campus. She's also going to be attending a staff meeting, speaking with employees of the CDC. Now, her visit does come just days after the CDC sent out notices to around 600 of its employees, notifying them that they are now permanently terminated from their positions. Many of the workers, they were already placed on administrative leave, but now have been informed the cuts are permanent. Among those workers are about 100 people who work in violence prevention. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services said back in March these cuts are due to downsizing and restructuring to make the agency more responsive and efficient. This will be Manera's second visit to the campus since the attack. She first visited 3 days after the shooting with Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And today, Manera, she's also going to be getting an update on some of the repairs to those 6 buildings that we now know were targeted by the shooter, Patrick White, who blamed COVID-19 vaccines for making him sick. We're going to be there as she tours the CDC and gets those updates on repairs. Live here from CDC, I'm Stephanie Chaynock, 11 Alive News.
All right, Steph, thank you. And always keeping top of mind here in the story, we do want to mention that the funeral services for the officer, DeKalb County officer killed in this tragedy, will be held tomorrow, and it is open to the public. We have that video on 11alive.com and all of that information. And 750 former and current CDC and Health and Human Services employees are demanding accountability from the federal government. They sent a letter to Congress and the Health and Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. on Wednesday, asking them to, quote, stop spreading inaccurate health information. They say it puts them at risk and that they watch the dangers of vaccine misinformation play out. During the shooting at the CDC on August 8th, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation reported that the shooter had expressed discontent with the COVID-19 vaccine and wanted to make his distrust known. In a statement, the HHS responded in part saying that they are standing firmly with CDC employees and ensuring their safety and well-being remains a top priority. But it goes on to say any attempt to conflate widely supported public health reforms with the violence of a suicidal mass shooter is an attempt to politicize a tragedy.